Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to dive into one of the most fascinating and enigmatic subjects in biblical history, the lost years of Jesus. What was he doing between his youth in Nazareth and the beginning of his ministry at the age of 30? These years, often referred to as silent, spark endless questions and speculation. Get ready as we explore the clues left in the scriptures and historical context. An exceptional child, the first insight. It all begins at the age of 12, when Jesus goes to Jerusalem with his parents for Passover. There he finds himself in the temple, engaging in discussion with the teachers of the law. Luke 2:41-52 reveals a young boy who is not only curious, but also possesses an astonishing spiritual understanding. Imagine him, surrounded by wise elders, captivating them with his questions and answers. This moment already highlights his commitment to his divine mission. The return to Nazareth, a carpenter's life. After this remarkable event, Jesus returns to Nazareth with Mary and Joseph, where he lives in obedience. So what did he do until he was 30? Many experts agree that he likely learned his adoptive father Joseph's trade as a carpenter. The Gospels describe Jesus as the carpenter's son, Matthew 13:55, Mark 6:3. which suggests he spent many years working and developing skills in this profession, shaping the abilities he would later need for his mission. He may have also worked in Sepphoris, a large growing nearby city. This work would have exposed him to diverse cultures, enriching him and giving him valuable knowledge that he could later draw on in his ministry. A Jewish education, from learning to teaching. As a young Jewish boy, Jesus likely received a solid education. From the age of 5, he would have been taught in synagogues, learning the scriptures, memorizing the Torah, and debating sacred texts. This training undoubtedly shaped his teaching abilities, as shown by the impact of his later sermons. People were amazed at the words of wisdom that came from his mouth, Luke 4:22. As he grew, he may have continued studying with various Jewish teachers and perhaps even traveled to meet renowned scholars. Luke's gospel shows us that even as a young boy, he impressed temple scholars with his knowledge. This makes us wonder, what intriguing conversations did he have with these learned men? Mysterious travels to Jerusalem and beyond. It's likely that Jesus ventured beyond Nazareth during these years. Every year his family went to Jerusalem for Passover, Luke 2:41-42, indicating that these journeys were a regular part of his life. Some theorists even suggest he might have traveled east to study with sages. However, there is no concrete evidence to support this idea. Still, it's fascinating to imagine that Jesus could have explored and drawn inspiration from various cultures and philosophies, furthering his mission. A spiritual journey in the desert, essential preparation. Some scholars believe Jesus spent time in the desert for spiritual retreats, similar to John the Baptist. Luke 1:80 hints at moments of solitude. After his baptism, he fasted for 40 days in the wilderness, Matthew 4:1-2, a period of reflection and communion with God. This isolated place may have allowed him to meditate and prepare for his ministry, far from worldly distractions. A family conflict, the revelation of his identity. Over time, Jesus likely faced growing tensions within his own family. His brothers did not believe in him and mocked his claims, John 7:3-5. This skepticism may have emerged during these silent years as his sense of divine mission grew. He may have even performed many miracles that the Gospels did not record, as John suggests in 21:25. Interest in his actions seems to have begun even before he publicly emerged as the Messiah. A surprising celibacy, preparation for his mission. At the age of 30, Jesus was expected to be married with children, according to Jewish norms of the time. However, the Gospels never mention a wife or family. This single status is therefore unusual and may indicate that he was waiting for the right moment to begin his ministry. These years of preparation were marked by humility and patience, essential qualities for the mission that awaited him. A period of silence, but of great importance. Though the lost years of Jesus are shrouded in mystery, they hold great significance. They represent a time of spiritual growth, introspection, and preparation. Jesus, aware of his identity and mission from a young age, chose to wait for God's timing. Thus, the lost years, while silent, are actually the fertile ground upon which his public ministry would soon flourish. He spent these years praying, studying the scriptures, working to support his family, and growing in wisdom and stature. Luke 2:52.